So for those of you who implemented last night's game plan, you should have made hundreds of dollars, if not over $1,000 trading the game plan. In terms of the plan, I made it very, very clear. If the SPY gaps up, which it did end up doing, opening up higher than the previous closing price, you're going to want to be buying call options at the 588 break and retest level, riding it up into the 590s. With that being said, once the SPY broke above 588, it did end up hitting that 593 profit target. We did end up buying SPY call options in the morning for a phenomenal scalp. And then in terms of the 588 level, we bounced and formed bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations at 588 multiple times, spiking to the 590 profit target, making losing and going red on the day your personal choice if you simply followed the game plan. With that being said, we did end up having over 7 wins on the day inside of Team Roar. I'm going to be breaking down all of the wins towards the end of this video. We absolutely crushed it on the day. G-Roar ended up going 4 for 4. In terms of my trades on calls, you could have went 3 for 4 as long as you set profit stops. With that being said, in terms of the game plan, let's get straight into the analysis. So in terms of the game plan, man, make sure you stay till the end of this video because as you know, tomorrow is Friday. And in terms of the stocks that I have that I'm planning to trade, we got some amazing setups. I'm going to be going over Starbucks and Tesla. Those are currently the top stock setups that I see to be trading the 0-date options heading into Friday. So let's get straight into the money making information. First things first, we're going to start off with SPY. So in terms of the SPY, we're going to take a look at a weekly chart pattern. Each one of these candlesticks represents a weekly chart. In terms of the pattern that I'm seeing, this is what could potentially play out, right? So you can see right here, you have this green bullish weekly candle. And then you can see right here, you have this green bullish weekly candle. Then you have another green bullish weekly candle. Then you have another green bullish weekly candle. And then you have these 2 red bearish weekly candles. Then you have these 2 red bearish weekly candles. So in terms of how this week closed, the SPY ended up bottoming at 568.50 and it ended up closing at 571, right? So it had a small, 2 to 3 point bounce range from the overall lows, So in terms of the end of day, what I'm potentially seeing is this based off the weekly pattern. And I want you to be aware of this heading into tomorrow. Overall, it's likely going to be a bearish day tomorrow. But into the close, there's likely going to be some sort of 2 to 3 point bounce. And I'm going to give you the levels to use for that potential bounce in reversal. So tomorrow's expected to be a bearish day on the overall SPY, but it's not going to close directly weak at the lows. So there is going to be some sort of dip buying reversal opportunity at key oversold levels during the middle of the day or during the end of the day. Hopefully it's at the end of the day. That would yield the biggest gains in a sense. So that's the point of view that I'm seeing based off the weekly pattern. Bearish day, 2 to 3 point reversal at the lows heading into tomorrow. In terms of where the lows are going to be, I'm going to share with you some levels and explain to you on how you can potentially buy and capture towards the lows. You don't even have to be right on the first trade. You can lose on the first trade. And then if the second one is right, you're going to be able to make at least 150% plus gains on these option contracts, which will make up for the loss before. Now, with that being said, in terms of the levels for puts, this is what I want you to be aware of. The best level possible, since we're having such a massive gap down. So right now, the SPY closed at 586.10. We did end up gapping down right now at 582.31. So in terms of one of the best levels for puts heading into tomorrow, it would be at the previous closing price, 586.10. If the SPY starts to spike back to the previous closing price, and in terms of what that level would represent, it would represent a strong previous floor. As you could see, we had a lot of support at 586, 586, 586. And I told you, as long as we're holding above that level, we're going to 593, which was the exact peak. The profit target I gave you was literally the exact peak on the day. And there was red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations in those mid 590s. No reason to buy call options there. But if you decided to buy call options at the 588 break and retest when the 30 minutes was green, you would have been selling into the rips and you would have been getting profit stopped out for massive moves into the 591s. That trade idea worked 3 times on the overall day, man. And we hit an amazing scalp in the morning on call options. I'm going to break it down towards the end of this video. So this is previous support. We had a massive sell-off. Once the SPY spikes back down to this previous support, it's likely going to form lower highs and try to reverse at the overall gap for a gap reversal. So if we spike back up to 586 and you're seeing resistance forming, you're seeing new lower highs, you're seeing bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, you're going to want to be buying put options. In terms of overall profit targets, the bare minimum profit target on that trade would be in the 584 range. Always set profit stops. In terms of when we like to set profit stops, typically when we're up like 20%, it's very, very wise to set a profit stop to ensure that you don't go green to red on the overall trade as you continue to hold it and move the profit stop up higher, right? And then in terms of holding, you can leave runners to sell deep in the money and get profit stopped out on the rest, or sell into the moves at key levels on the rest, right? So with that being said, that'd be the best level for puts. Now, in terms of some things that I want you to understand about the daily chart as well, if you take a look at the daily chart, you're going to see in terms of levels, so like 586 previous closing price is what I would consider to be one of the best prices for puts heading into tomorrow. Previous support to react as a resistance, breakdown and retest, the inverse of the breakout and retest strategy, right? So in terms of the level below that, 584. So 584, this is key support on the daily chart. We now cracked that key support. If you look at the daily chart, the next level is right here towards this 582s. 582s is previous resistance to react to support. This is previous resistance on the SPY. It's attempting to bounce into the 582s, right? So if it bounces off 582s, next level it goes up to is 584. If it reacts as a resistance at 584, then it's just going to try to flush to the next level, which will be 580, right? So if 584 is struggling in reacting bearish, that's the lower level. That means that the SPY is going to start to crack 582 and it's going to drop back down to fill the gap that's waiting to fill below at 579.90. And then the next level below that is going to be 576.80. So in terms of the absolute best levels to consider buying call options, because based off of what I'm seeing on the weekly chart, there is likely going to be a 2 to 3 point bounce from the low of day, right? So in terms of what I can tell you a day before in advance, the best levels to watch for in terms of where the low of day can be would be at 580 and 577. There's a gap to fill at 580, and then there's a gap to fill at 577. Previous resistance right here to react to support. Very oversold level. Should have a strong bounce at 577. 580 is a nice key whole round number as well. So those are the two oversold levels to watch for calls. Now, in terms of trying to capture the lows of a reversal in a sense, is a lot easier when you just wait towards the middle to the end of the day. You know, if the SPY has a massive spike at one of our oversold levels, and then later into the day, it comes crashing back down to that oversold level, and we know the market's going to try to have a 2 to 3 point bounce towards the lows, it's a good chance that it's going to play out towards that overall level. So another tip I can give you is to simply wait. Like I said, this is what I can give you in terms of a day in advance. We have many strategies and confirmations that we're going to be using once the market's open, and it's going to be fairly simple in a sense to identify where those lows are going to be, because there should be some sort of massive 2 to 3 bounce move heading into tomorrow where SPY is going to try to close at that overall 2 to 3 points above the low of day based off of what I'm seeing, right? So once we start to determine where the low of day can be, you know, we're looking at a 2 to 3 point close above the lows. That's a potential play that I'm seeing based off the weekly chart. Of course, we're going to be using confirmations. You know, we don't blindly just trade patterns. We confirm that these patterns and that this history is going to repeat itself, right? So that's the game plan, man. It's just very simple. So like I said, you know, keep an eye on 584 to 585 for potential puts. The best level is 586 for puts. If 584 and 585 is reacting bearish, we go under 582. We go under 582, we go to 580. The reversal is going to occur at either 580 or 577. That's the overall call zone. Use strong bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations on the fucking calls, and on the puts, focus on massive spikes. Focus on overbought levels. 585, very overbought. 586, very overbought. You see how fast the market changes? Today we had planned to buy calls at 588. We executed the game plan. It worked out phenomenal. Now we're having massive moves, so we're adapting. You have to adapt in this market. In order to be able to survive within the market, you have to adapt. Otherwise, you're going to stay fucking killable. So with that being said, in terms of the trades, right, now that we went over the game plan, Tesla and Starbucks is just going to be very simple. So in terms of Tesla, I'm only going to be going over a bearish analysis. Now, there has to be confirmations for me to go bearish. So at the moment, I'm not too interested in buying call options on Tesla. The pattern that I'm seeing is bearish. So heading into tomorrow, I'm simply going to be looking for a bearish confirmation at the level. If there's a bearish confirmation, I'm going to be taking that trade towards the market open. If not, then I'm going to be swaying away from the overall trade. Not really interested in buying calls, even if a level is reacting bullish on Tesla based off of everything that I'm seeing. So for those of you who are staying until the ends of these videos, you're getting rewarded with the best information. This is literally the best setup that I'm seeing. This setup that I'm seeing on Tesla is likely going to be better and easier to trade compared to the SPY. So in terms of Tesla, we have this green trend reversal candlestick right here on 11/11. And then we have this green trend reversal candlestick right here, right, on the daily chart. Then you're going to see we have these two red bearish candlesticks. We have these two red bearish candlesticks. You know, they're both closing at similar ranges. They're both bottoming towards previous day lows, closing at similar ranges, bottoming towards previous day lows. So the point is, man, look at this. The next day with this overall pattern, right? So this is a 3-day pattern that's repeating at different prices on Tesla. The next day, as you can see, let me show you. Let me zoom in on this here real quick so you can see this clearly. The previous closing price reacted bearish and it sold off for the entire day. So if the previous closing price, 436, reacts bearish, we're going to be buying put options at market open, leave runners till close, set profit stops, leave runners till close, because this can potentially have a very strong bearish trend day as long as we're maintaining at that previous closing price, forming resistance. Tesla is going to sell off hard. The put options are going to print. This is the best setup at the best price. This is a 3-day pattern that has been repeating. And what's even better now is, in terms of this pattern, Tesla, for the micro, is more overbought. It's at much higher resistance. And it loves to drop at those keyhole round numbers, you know, nearly $500 a share, already selling off hard. And SPY already took a massive fucking hit. So Tesla's going to start to take a hit with that in a sense. It could be as well a delayed reaction where SPY takes a massive hit. Then the stocks start to follow SPY, a delayed reaction where one takes the hit first, right? So I'm telling you, the best fucking play, man. I'll give you the two levels. Fucking, 436. You can see Tesla already fucking took a hit with SPY here. It's at 429 at the moment. So 436 would be the best level for put options on overall Tesla. And then in terms of a level where shit hits the fucking fan, so I want you to think of this as like a lower level. So look, your put zone is going to be 435 to 436. In terms of where shit hits the fucking fan, in terms of like support, the oversold level, once we crack, look at this, man. This is so fucking key. Look at this level. 428, 429 zone. Look at this. Once we crack this level, shit's going to hit the fucking fan. If we go under 429 and react bearish, it's going to have another massive drop. Look at the moves. When it bottomed at 429, it went all the way to 457. If we crack under 429 and react bearish and form resistance, it is going to sell off hard. It's already forming lower highs, failing to go back here, just like SPY in a sense. So I'm telling you, that massive move in terms of the key support level breakdown, the more oversold level, if you're seeing a break below 429, it's reacting as a resistance. You can try puts to that lower level. Just to understand, in terms of the resistance level, the best level would be the previous closing price range of 435 to 436, right? So Tesla's going to be that true number one setup. And then in terms of Starbucks has a very similar pattern on the daily chart. So based off of what I'm seeing on Starbucks, you can see right here, we are cracking through key support at $90. There's no support. There's a gap to fill below all the way down here in the 77s. There's previous resistance to react to support at $81. So in terms of this one, based off of what I'm seeing, if you look at this daily candlestick right here, and you look at this daily candlestick right here, previous closing price for an overall bearish trend day, right? So in terms of the levels, for Starbucks, it would be towards $88, 88 to 88.76. If previous closing price is reacting as resistance, you're going to want to be buying put options, right? So obviously, we know heading into tomorrow, the previous closing prices are going to be the best prices to buy put options. But in terms of especially Tesla, and you can consider SPY as well, keep an eye on those lower levels I gave you. So for SPY, the lower levels was at like 584 to 585. For Tesla, it was towards 428 to 429. Throughout the day, if you're seeing bearish reactions, bearish confirmations, break below, spike back up, retest lower highs, you can try puts at the lower levels, right? Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. You try them at the higher levels, make it all back and more, right? So just pay attention to that, because we might not retest the higher levels. And if we don't retest the higher levels, if you're seeing a break below those lower levels and we spike back up, form lower highs, form bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, buy the put options, play the lower levels. Tomorrow is going to be such a simple, easy, money-making day to trade SPY and Tesla. Just like I told you yesterday, man. Do you understand the game plan that I gave you on SPY was fucking perfect? I literally told you, if SPY gaps up, the best level for fucking calls is at 588. The SPY ended up forming bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmation. We go over this exact confirmation on the trades all the time. This is a bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmation right here. You can even see the same 30-minute candlestick formed right here, and the SPY had a massive fucking spike to 593, hitting my profit target before selling the fuck off. History repeated itself for the break and retest level at 588. We knew where the exact floor was a day before the market opened. That's how professional traders trade. They know exactly what the fuck is going to happen a day before the market fucking opens, man. The gap and go and break and retest. You should have been in on call options towards the opening of this, adding into the dips. You should have been in on call options towards the opening of this, adding to the fucking dips. It went to fucking 591 twice. I just genuinely don't understand. If you followed last night's game plan, how the fuck did you not at least make hundreds of dollars or fucking thousands of dollars? It worked multiple times. This was the level I gave you, 588. It went to 591 twice, and there was green bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. Losing in red is a personal fucking choice. In terms of Team Roar, if you want to see what we did in Team Roar, we had 4 fucking wins in a row. If you have 4 fucking wins in a row, how the fuck are you going to go red on a day? Like, seriously, man. Look at all these fucking wins. So, in terms of the wins, as you can see, G-Roar, he ended up buying, we ended up buying here SPY calls directly at market open. So we went extremely far out of the money. The calls didn't even go in the money, but we still made massive gains on these. As you can see at 9:31 a.m., so literally 1 minute after the market opened, we ended up buying 595 SPY calls for 67 cents a contract, right? So with that being said, if you go to 595 calls and you go to 9:31 a.m., you're going to literally see, man, this one trade, you could have called it for the rest of the day. We're in right here. SPY's in the 60s to 70s. You have 2 fucking minutes to get in. What does it do? 4 minutes later, it spikes to 113. The calls go up almost 100% in 4 single minutes, and you had 2 minutes to get in. 100% is big enough to call for the rest of the fucking day. Losing is a personal fucking choice. You set the profit stop when you're up 10, 20%. Therefore, if you're green on a trade and you set a profit stop, it's impossible to go red. How the fuck are you going to lose money if you set a profit stop and you're up? You're going to get stopped out for fucking profit, right? So it's timed fucking perfectly. The trade went up 100% in 4 fucking minutes. Losing is a personal fucking choice. Now, let's carry on into the rest of the wins. So, in terms of the rest of the wins, as you can see right here, at 9:54 a.m., we ended up getting in on 585 SPY puts for 67 cents a contract. If you choose to keep on trading when we have 1 nice win or 2 small wins in a row, make sure that you risk 25 to 50% of your profits at the very most. If you hit that max profit give back, then you have to call it for the rest of the day because we don't risk going green to red on the day. which is another reason why we set profit stops to ensure that we never go green to red on a trade that we are up 10 to 20% plus on. So in terms of the next trade, 585 puts for 67 cents a contract. We go to 585 puts, 67 cents a contract right here. As you can see, this trade was timed very, very well. And the puts quickly went up to 100 a contract twice in a row. 60s to 100, just like the trade on fucking calls. Nearly 100% profit return. 2 for 2, back-to-back wins. And let's not fucking forget the genius fucking game plan that I gave you to make money a day before the market opened. You really have to ask yourself, man, who the fuck do you know is doing this? Who has this experience? Who the fuck is pulling this off? Who the fuck is going green 9 out of 10 fucking trading days every single fucking time, man? All we know how to do is fucking win. So with that being said, we ended up adding to the winners. As always, when we win, we tend to win big. So it does make sense to add to winners. We don't add to losers. When we're down on a trade and we believe it's going to work out, not only do we hold it, we buy a second strike. When we buy the second strike, it goes up a lot more than the first strike. Both strikes print when we're right with the trend. I hope you're writing down all this fucking information because this is what's making a lot of people fucking rich in terms of creating systems within the fucking market. Now, in terms of the next trade, let's go over this, man. As you can see, everything is alerted in real time. These are the option quote prices moving in real fucking time, man. So with that being said, man, it's very, very clear to set profit stops. And we don't want any fucking bitching. With the amount of fucking winning and consistency fucking in here, we don't want any fucking bitching. Set the fucking profit stops. We give you the opportunity to make money before you even join the fucking group with the fucking levels and game plan. It's like, dude, losing is a personal fucking choice. If you haven't figured this shit out in 2024, you are genuinely fucked. There's people trading with decades of fucking experience, killing everyone in the fucking market. If you join this fucking group, you'll find out exactly who's doing it. So with that being said, next trade at 11:23 a.m., we ended up buying 593 SPY calls for 71 cents a contract. So in terms of this overall trade, this was the smallest win on the day. 593 SPY calls at 11:23 a.m. So in terms of this overall trade, as you could see, we ended up getting right here in the 70 cent range. And the trade ended up going to 80 cents twice. And then it went to 92 cents once, losing a personal fucking choice because I told you, when you're up 10 to 20%, set the fucking profit stops. Now, with that being said, in terms of the next fucking win, because you know us, all we know how to do is fucking win. In terms of the next trade, 587 SPY puts for 65 cents a contract at 12:21 p.m. You would think, right, with all those fucking wins in a row, we would stop trading. But, you know, when you're a multimillionaire, when you have a 0-to-8 options trading alert system, when you're the greatest to ever fucking do it in the game, all you know how to do is fucking win nonstop. You win in the morning, you win in the middle of the day, you win during power fucking hour, you outperform every single fucking trader in every single fucking group that's fucking out there. It's like, dude, who the fuck is printing like us, man? Let's be fucking real. So 12:21 p.m., let's buy 587 SPY puts for 65 cents a contract. If you go to 587 puts, as you can see right here, at 12:21 p.m., this is where we ended up buying puts, timing the trade perfectly. The puts quickly went from 70 cents all the way to 130 a contract. Another trade you could have made 100% profit return. So you fucking tell me, man, how the fuck is losing not a choice? I give you the best game plan in the market a day before in advance. We give you the best fucking trades. We win non-fucking stop, man. All we know how to do is fucking win. Red, losing, keep that broke shit over there. There's no brokies allowed in Team Roar. No bitches, no crybabies. We don't have any of that shit in Team Roar. Do you understand? It's non-stop unlimited fucking winning over here. All we know how to do is fucking win. All we do is hire the best fucking traders in the fucking game. We train people and we teach them how to win non-fucking stop. So, with that being said, in terms of my personal trades on the day, it was 3 for 4. I'm going to break this down to you. So, in terms of my first trade on the day that I alerted personally, it was a loss. I had 590 SPY calls. It didn't work out. Now, in terms of the next trade, let's get into this. So the next trade was 589 calls at 57 cents a contract at 3:21 p.m. If we go to 3:21 p.m. on 589 calls, you're going to see right here, we ended up getting in on these calls. This was basically like identical to the morning trade. I got in these calls right here in the 60 to 70 cent range. As soon as I fucking got in these calls, they went to 101 cents a contract. calls up over 60 fucking percent. Set profit stops. It happens all the time where trades go up 50% to 100% within fucking minutes. Sometimes they just keep on going in your favor. Other times the market has one move against us and you lose all the fucking gains. Set the fucking profit stops. Losing is a personal fucking choice. At the end of the day, we're going to give you the best entries fucking possible. Exiting a trade is the toughest part. But part of exiting is setting a fucking profit stop and moving the profit stop up higher and selling into the move at key critical levels and leaving runners to hold and sell in the money, right? If you're up fucking 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% on a trade and it flips to fucking red, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, set a profit stop. If we're saying holds and we're all fucking confident, that's fucking analysis. Hold fucking runners, leave fucking runners. Never risk going green to red, especially when you're up that fucking much, dude. Set the profit stops. When you're up 20% at the bare fucking minimum, set the fucking profit stop. It's impossible to go back to fucking red. Now, in terms of the next trade, let's get into this. So the next trade was the best trade that I made on the overall day. 588 calls at 58 cents a contract. In terms of this trade, I bought 588 calls at 3:35 p.m. So if we go to 588 calls at 3:35 p.m., you're going to see I bought these calls at the exact fucking lows. They went from 50 cents to 150 cents a contract in fucking 10 minutes. In 10 fucking minutes, the calls I bought at the lows went up 200 fucking percent. Do you understand? We bought these calls at the exact fucking lows. Do you remember the trade I made yesterday where I bought the fucking puts at the exact fucking lows and they went up multiple thousands of percents? Well, now I'm buying the fucking calls right here at the exact fucking lows and they're going up 200 fucking percent. Now, in terms of the next trade, let's get into this. So in terms of the next trade, as you could see, it was on 587 calls. This was a YOLO. So on a YOLO trade, I'm always going in light in this sense. This could have been a quick win. So in terms of this one, 587 calls at 3:51 p.m. As you could see, if we go to 587 calls at 3:51 p.m., I'm going to walk you through this here real quick. So in terms of 587 calls, you're going to see right here at 3:51 p.m., we were getting in towards the lows right here, and then they had a quick spike to 85 cents a contract. So they went to 85 cents a contract. We were in at 66 cents a contract. They went in the money. We bought these calls out of the money. 85.87 quickly went in the money once I got in, and they went up 20 cents. Losing was a personal choice. So in terms of today, this just goes to show you, if you set profit stops on the trades when you're up, so in terms of Uncle Tio, Keaton Win, he sets them when he's up 10%. That's when he sets them. Whenever he's up 10%, he sets a profit stop, right? So when you're up 10 to 20 fucking percent, set the profit stop. If you set the profit stop and you're up, going red is fucking impossible. You get stopped out for profit. If you set a fucking stop loss, well, going fucking red is possible all the fucking time. You lose all the fucking time, right? So if you want to listen to us, you can listen to us and win non-fucking stop. You know, we have members. Another member just made nearly the cost of a yearly stay in Team Roar. We had another member. Wow, I mean, that's nearly fucking almost 2 years. 2 years stay in Team fucking Roar. It's like, dude, are we even fucking charging? Alyssa, she kills it every single day. $6,000. Well, that's more than 3 fucking years stay in Team Roar. It's like, dude, are we even, like, do we even fucking charge people to join this? They're fucking, they make thousands of dollars every single fucking day. I see the same faces, thousands of fucking dollars, like $700 to $14,000. I think we need to raise the fucking price. Like, this is just fucking crazy, man. We had members yesterday making $27,000. So listen, man, if you want to make some fucking money, come join us on Friday. Come join us on fucking Friday. We're going to make some fuck you money. That's what we're going to fucking make tomorrow. We have the perfect game plan. We have the perfect map. This is the only channel in fucking history who gives you the best game plan within the market a day before the market opens and teaches you how to trade the fucking game plan, makes you self-sufficient, makes you money. Now I'm at the level. I'm hiring multi-fucking millionaires. They're giving out the best fucking trades within the fucking market. You're going to see. We have something that's real. We have the highest win rate in the game. We're the greatest to ever do this. If you want to come join us, it's the first link down below within the description. All right? In terms of what we do, we buy cheap, far, out of the money option contracts, extremely cheap, extremely low risk. We sell them in the fucking money. We make the biggest percentage gains within the market. We don't use stop losses. We put in our entire position size as the max risk per trade as our R multiple, right? How much are you willing to risk on a trade? 1%, 2% of your account. If you have $2,000 and the contracts we're trading are like $40 fucking dollars a contract, 40 cents, you risk 2% of your account. And when you're wrong, it doesn't work out. You're going to lose, half of that. Sometimes we'll sell for 50% loss. And then a lot of the times we'll just let the contracts expire worthless, go to zero. There is no stop losses. We don't use stop losses. We trade the trend. We hold until we're green. We set profit stops when we're up 10 to 20%. We quickly add to winners because when we win, we tend to win fucking big. Do you understand? That's how we increase our fucking winnings. And the way we increase our winnings when we're down on a play that we believe is going to be right, instead of adding to the fucking loser, we buy another fucking strike. The second strike we buy is the best fucking trade if the trend works with us. We trade the trend, we hold the trades, we add to winners, we set the profit stops to ensure we don't go green or red, and to protect the new average cost, to protect our, new equity that to protect more of the equity that we added into the trade. And we get stopped out for fucking profits. We sell moves at key levels. We hold runners to sell in the fucking money. We have the highest win rate in the game fucking doing this. We figured out how to win by pairing trading with the trend with far out of the money option contracts and removing fucking stop losses. This is the most disruptive fucking trading system in the fucking market. All right? So if you want to make some fucking money, come join us. We had 40 people join us yesterday. You want to come join us? Come join us. We have so many fucking members. We have tons of fucking members, man. It's FU fucking money. As a collective, as a fucking whole in this secure private organization, we're having many days where we're making multi-six figures as a fucking collective. There's multi-millionaires in this fucking group dropping all their fucking trades in real time. It's the first link down below in the description if you're serious about making money. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off.